Hello, respected jury. My name is Lakshya Arora. So, today I'm gonna present my project that is on domain forgery detector. It mainly works to detect the domain forgery that is used to send spam emails and phishing emails by using forged emails of authenticated and legal organizations. So basically, email security has some protocols, inbuilt protocols like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. So SPF basically binds an IP address or server to a email address so that it can't be spoofed. The DKIM acts in a similar way to the asymmetric cryptography, wherein we use a private key to sign the message, a part of message, and a public key that is stored on mail servers is used to decrypt it and authenticate if it's from the original authenticator or not. DMARC is a tertiary protocol that is a combination of both SPF and DKIM, but also there is a additional clause of alignment that is added to it. So the alignment clause is mainly added to the from field so that that specific field can't be spoofed. If these three protocols are implemented in proper way and are configured properly, then the email is sought to be non-spoofable. So, what is domain spoofing? So, basically, as I said, phishing and email spam attacks are the main attack vectors nowadays for the hackers. So, they need some proper and authenticated emails so that it doesn't raise suspicions of the organizations to which they are sending them. And also, most of the organizations have email filters that can deny any email that comes from some unknown or unauthorized authenticator. So basically we just need three things: a domain spoofer, a web server, and a forwarder to send a spoofed email. We can also a hacker can also use a compromised SMTP server to gain more stealth, but it's an optional thing. So for domain spoofing, the domain which we are seeking to spoof has to have one or more domain security protocols to be missing, or else the protocol should be configured in a faulty or a liberal way. So basically, the project that we are presenting uses the following technology stack. It uses a Django backend, Bootstrap, Google Analytics to form graphs and pie charts, HTML, and some Python libraries like PyDNS and email parser. So basically, what our project does is it queries the domain name server and queries the text records and all types of DNS configurations of the specific domain that we are suspicious of. So it checks all the email security protocols if they have been implemented in proper way or not, and then it checks the other miscellaneous properties of DNS like DNSSEC is enabled or not. Is Our project also has a separate module for email parsing that can easily segregate attachments from the email file, the email contents from the .eml file. It also has IP and domain blacklisting lists that can easily find if a email is sent from a blacklisted domain or a IP list. It has a very beautiful UI and graphical representation of the parsed domains and their result so that we can visualize everything and our past records in a proper way. So these are the results that we found on the top 10 mailing services. So basically, as you can see from the screen, the Gmail, Outlook, GMX, Mailbox, MessageSafe.io have liberal or no DMARC policy. Thus, if we find a domain spoofable domain from an education institution, we can send that email, spoofed email, to any of the Gmail or the Outlook email, and it will receive in the end user's mailbox as if it has been sent from that spoofed email authenticator. So what are its implications? Firstly, almost all major education institutions like BV Coy, Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering, MSIT, IGDTUW have implemented one or the more email security protocols improperly. Thus, we can spoof any email of their domain, like of any professor or student, and can send it to some liberal or no DMARC policy mail server like Gmail or Outlook. Due to the high level of complications in implementing DMARC, most institutions were found guilty of implementing these protocols wrongly. Apart from the educational institutions, there were also some healthcare offices that were found to be implementing these protocols improperly, or even in some case they weren't even implemented at all. So future scope, in future we sought to implement automatic sending of the attachments to VirusTotal for further checking. As I have told earlier, we have made a email parsing module in that can easily parse the email, segregate the attachments from the .eml file, and generates its hashes of the files. So we can directly upload that hash to a site like VirusTotal and can generate and find if it has a known virus or a malicious file or not. Furthermore, we are also seeking to parse the body content of the email by using some deep learning like NLP to find if the tone of the message is like a spam email or not. So we also sought to add more email phishing attacks apart from domain spoofing. Now we'll show you the live demo. As you can see from the screen, firstly there is a beautiful pie chart from the previous scanned domains. As you can see, 29 domains have been found to be vulnerable and 41 are insecure. There is a pie chart, there is a bar graph as well for different visualization. So basically we just have to add the names of the domain, then a selector is required for querying the DKIM queries from the DNS server, and then there's an optional provision of uploading any EML file. Like I said, it has a email parsing module also, and then we have to just click this upload button. After that, we'll have easy to visualize results like the following: protodev.com, which has a selector google.com. Google is completely a secure email site. It has DKIM implemented properly, DMARC also, and SPF also. We can also visualize the logs like the DKIM record. We can see the proper DKIM record. It is a 2014 length proper DKIM record. Then we can see the SPF record, the DMARC record. It also checks all the particular fields of this DMARC, SPF, and DKIM record. For DKIM record, it checks the DKIM key length. If it's smaller than the required key length, then also it raises a red flag. For SPF record, it checks that this slash all parameter of this record. If it's not present, then it has several liberal policies. Then for the DMARC record, it also checks the policy field of this, the PCT field of its, and its RUA field for it. If any of these is found to be liberal or prone to spoofing, then also it raises a red flag. Then it also enumerates the DNS record configuration, like all the A records, name server records, mail server records, and all types of records that are present for the particular domain. It checks for the domain and IP blacklisting. As you can see, it is a completely pristine domain. It checks the DNSSEC record. It checks the DMARC flag. Then it queries and presents a complete mail server record for the particular domain, then the name server record. Then it parses for the email file that we uploaded. It parses the header of the email properly, like the MIME version, the from, date, content type, so that we can put it for further processing. For attachments also, it completely segregates the attachment, like this email file that I uploaded had two attachments, text6.jpg and a PDF file. So it completely segregates them portrays the size of the file, extension, and the hash of the site. So we can directly upload this hash to VirusTotal and check if this file is a known virus or not. And this can be automated. I have left a dead code in the project which can be looked forward. It has another demo for the project. So for now let's look for another domain. Now we entered bharatiyavidyapeeth.edu bharatiyavidyapeeth.edu, that is the Bharatiya Vidyapeeth's official domain, and a EML file. We don't know the selector yet as it wasn't available in the public domain, and we clicked on the upload button. So it raises some red flags. Amongst these, the DKIM implementation is missing is a false flag, as we don't know the selector yet. That's why this flag is raised. But if the Bharatiya Vidyapeeth Association checks it, then they can easily enter the DKIM the selector field, and they'll know if their DKIM implementation is proper or not. Then it raises another flag that it doesn't have DMARC implemented properly, or even the DMARC isn't present in their email address. As you can see, the SPF records have been enumerated properly. We can see the detailed log of all the SPF records. As you can see, the DMARC record has not been implemented at all by Bharatiya Vidyapeeth site. Then we can see the other DNS record enumeration, like what are the A name servers, SOA field, and MX mail server field, and the text fields that are present on the DNS server. Then we can check if the domain is blacklisted or not, but it's not blacklisted. And then the rest of the records are just mail server and name server records, and then it's just the same parsing as we showed in the previous domain.